Hey guys, so if you saw my last video, you know I'm about to move all the way across the country, and I still have so many things here that I need to get rid of. And one of those things is my whiskey collection. So I thought I would join the trend that is sweeping the internet and mix it all together. So I've been mingling in the world of whiskey and bourbon, and I have kind of narrowed down what I like the most. But to do that, I had to buy a lot of it that I'm not a huge fan of. So I have 9 types of bourbon in front of me, and I'm going to go through them one by one just so you know what's in it, and give a short little review of each one. So first is one of the first bourbons I bought myself based on the recommendations of the internet, and that's Larceny. It's unlike most of them because it's like primarily wheat, but it's a really good starter bourbon if you're getting into it, and it's like 22 bucks, so it's a good one. Next up, I have Russell's Reserve 10 years. You can tell this one's almost gone. For a while, this was my go-to bourbon. It's around 30 bucks. It's made by the same people that make, like Wild Turkey 101. A lot of you may have heard of that, but it's like their 10-year-old version, and I love this stuff. Now, I also have a nearly full bottle of Russell's Reserve single barrel. So this is the same stuff, but it came from a single barrel. Honestly, I think I prefer the regular better. I don't know, this one has like a lot more of an alcohol burn versus that one, which it is a higher % alcohol, but I don't know, I'm not a huge fan, but it's not bad at all. Speaking of high proof bourbons, I also have Old Grandad 114. This was another recommendation from the internet. It's not my favorite. I'd probably give it like a 6 out of 10. It's good to mix with cocktails, but I don't really like it on its own. Another one I'm not a huge fan of is Elijah Craig's Small Batch. Again, I had heard so many great things about this one. Tried it. It just kind of has like you know how tequila is like a little bit, I hate to say dusty, but it tastes dusty to me. This kind of has a similar thing, and I'm not a huge fan. I've also got a bottle of Jim Beam Distiller's Cut. Now, I'm not a fan of the original Jim Beam. I think it's, not very good at all. But this was under 20 bucks, and it's aged 5 to 6 years, and it's actually pretty good. I like it better than Jack Daniel's, and it's really cheap. As for my favorite cheap bourbon, that has to go to Evan Williams 1783. It's 15 bucks for 750 milliliters, and I think it has like all of the flavors that I really like about bourbon. If you want a good like sipping bourbon that doesn't cost a lot of money, definitely check this one out. Now, I should mention that my absolute favorite bourbon that I've had so far is this guy right here. This is Henry McKenna, aged 10 years, and it's bottled in bond, and it's also a single barrel. This is just over 30 bucks, and even compared to the more expensive stuff, this stuff is awesome. It has all of the flavors I like about bourbon. I have yet to see someone really complain about this. It's just a really good, so if you're gonna buy one out of all of these, I definitely recommend this one. And lastly, I have this ultra mysterious bourbon. Now this one is actually one called Eagle Rare. It's one that I have not found locally except for once. And since it was such a special occasion to find it, I put it in this bottle because I thought it looked really cool. So yeah, those are the 9 bourbons that I'm gonna be mixing up and making some super crazy concoctions. So I'm gonna cut to the kitchen where I'm gonna have my husband help me out with this, because if I were to do it right now, I would make a huge mess. And here it is. So this is 9 different bourbons, all half an ounce of each one, mixed and gently swished around. I have no idea if this is going to be terrible or some amazing new drink, but I'm excited to try it. I love that sound. And I'm also going to pour a glass of the Henry McKenna 10-year because I need a good control one to kind of compare between. So let me start off with a taste of the Henry McKenna just to kind of get like a base for how I'm going to judge this one. So good. It's super smooth. It's got the right amount of oakiness, which I'm a type of person that I love the oak flavor. A lot of people don't. It's warming, like I feel it down my throat. It's awesome. I know I sound a little bit too obsessed with this stuff, but trust me, when I found this one, I was super excited because a lot of these didn't excite me by themselves. So now, let's see if they excite me all together. Smell-wise, it actually smells like furniture polish, which I guess is not a good thing. Let's give it a taste. Wow. That took me by surprise because It was a flavor I've never experienced with any of these by themselves. It's almost like when you bite into a citrus fruit, like an orange or like even like a lemon. When it hits the tip of your tongue, it's like, ooh, this is like sour? But it wasn't really sour. It super oaky, not smooth at all. It just burns in all the wrong ways. Like it takes like the burn like when it hits your tongue and then the burn when you swallow. And usually it's like one or the other depending on like which one you're drinking. But by combining them all together, you're just getting burn all around. But to be honest, like the flavor of it once you're past all that actually is pretty good. I'd give Henry McKenna like a 9 out of 10, and I would give this probably like a 6 out of 10. If they sold this in the store, I probably wouldn't buy it, but I don't hate it. So yeah, that was it. So do you guys drink? I guess that's a weird question. Hopefully you're over 21 if you made it this far in the video. So if you've had any of these, let me know which one's your favorite. If you like this video, make sure to leave me a like. I really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button because your support means so much to me. I hope you have a great day, drink responsibly, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye.